All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I've been going over as part of the Rankin Technical College Summer Academic Adventure Academy website design. This article, I'm on page 15 of 20, that one of my colleagues, Mr. Brad Lutes, was good enough to create this Build a Basic website, build a Basic HTML5 and CSS3 website by Brad Lutes. Okay, as I mentioned, I'm on page 15 of 20. So there are about 26 steps, and I am about on step 20, something like that. So I've done all that, and I've shown you that. So now I'm about to come in here. Next, add a section tag which defines a section of relatable content. All right. So we're supposed to put a section tag in here, and then add an H2 tag, and followed by 1, 2, 3. A section tag followed by an article tag followed by an H2 tag followed by 3 paragraph or P tags. All right, so we're going to get all that right now. And I'm making it sound hard possibly, but it isn't. So let's jump back in here. Let's jump back into our index file. All right, and after our nav tag, we're going to put in there a section tag. And in there, we're going to put an article tag with an ID that's equal to main underscore content. And in that article tag, we're first going to put in an H2 tag, which says, I have many projects. And then we're going to put in 3 paragraph tags. And what I'll do is, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do it like this. As Brad mentions in his document, we can go over to here and find different lipsum are basically that's garbage text that'll be added for us. Actually, the one that I like, and it's one of the ones that's shown in there, I believe, is I'm going to put in TV lorem ipsum. All right. So it's tvipsum.com, and I'm going to ask for 3 paragraphs. These are pretty big paragraphs, so I think I'm only going to take parts of each one. Grab that, copy that. That'll become our first paragraph. When you do this, you very well could get different text than what I've got. That's fine. So there's the first paragraph. Let's put in a second paragraph. If it's too big, we can always remove some of the content if we want to do that. So here is the second paragraph. Paste that in, and we'll put in yet a third paragraph. All right. Not sure if they'll all be the same size exactly. They should all be fairly close in size. All right, so I've added that, as I was told to do. After that article tag, I am told to put in an aside tag. If you don't know what any of this stuff means, you're going to be learning in just a minute. And with an ID equals about. And in here we've got an H3 tag that says about me. And a P tag where you could put in some information about yourself. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put in my name is Jeff Scott and I am an IT instructor at Rankin Technical College in Wentzville, Missouri. All right. Oh, that H3 tag, I'm sorry. should have been, the ending tag should have been there. Okay, and one more P tag it looks like. I can program in many different languages, but my favorite language so far is JavaScript. Again, I'm borrowing what he has put in. All right, next we want to go in, so let's see what that looks like. So File, Save All, and we'll run this. Now it has not been formatted yet. Please be leery and cognizant of the fact this has not been formatted. So we're going to format that right now. All right, so let's take these other ones and close them. And now we have to go back to our style sheet. All right, again, I'm going to open up some lines here. Okay. And for our section tag, we did not put an ID in there, so we said the width will be 100%. The minimum height will be 300 pixels. And the overflow, if there is any, we will not show it, so it'll be hidden. All right, so let's see if what that is done. We'll build this incrementally. All right. Okay, looking a little bit nicer. Maybe you don't see a lot of difference, and still that's okay. Jump back in, go back again into our index, into our style sheet. And after our section tag, we are told for in our main content, we want that to have a width of 585 pixels, a minimum height of 300 pixels, float left. If you don't know what that means, you'll see it in a minute. Border right, 2 pixels solid green, padding 0.4 pixels, and overflow hidden. Okay, let's save again. Do a file, save all. Let's again live preview this before we put in the last changes. Okay, now notice how the About Me has been pushed over. That is what an aside is. So let's look at that About. We will give that a width of 285 pixels, a minimum height of 300 pixels. We'll float that to the right and add some padding. All right, let's do a file, save all. Whoop, file on a save as, I'm sorry. A file, save all, and let's again live preview this. All right, he appears to have some kind of an image in there. Maybe I didn't see that. Yep, he does. 200 by 200 praying mantis that he wants in there. So I didn't do that, so let's quick find an image of a praying mantis. And there's a few of them here. You could pick out the one that is your favorite, I guess. I'll use that one because it sure sticks out. And again, I'm going to copy the image address. And we want to put that back here, and I missed that. I did not see it. After the About Me, then we want the image here. IMG source equal, and I want to paste all that in. Again, it's very ugly, but I like doing it like that. And I'm going to say the width is equal to 200. The height is equal to 200. And the alt tag is equal to praying mantis. All right. So we've got all that stuff in there. Let's again file, save all. Let's again live preview it and see if now it is looking more like what you see in step 22. All right, I don't think I have the same exact picture that Brad has, so mine does not look exactly like his does. All right. So we're running it in Chrome, and as you can see in step 22, because he used a different picture than the one that I used. All right, so he is up to step 22. So he is on page 17 of 20. I could probably find that very image, but you know what? It is just fine the way that it is. Again, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of the fact that Brad went through all the trouble to put this in here. I just think it's fantastic that he's gone through and done this. All right. So we're on step 23. And it says on step 23, next I added a footer tag that creates several div tags containing my tweets, my pictures, my friends, and a copyright. Notice the special characters used to create bullet points for the list items and for the copyright. Doing for time here, I'm button up close. All right. Also notice that you can overwrite your external style sheet with inline code, which I did in the p tag in the copyright div. The tweet section from the block quote was copied from Twitter. You can click on the ... and choose Enable Tweet. All right. So, virtually everything on this page is new. This is all going to be footer stuff that we're going to put on the bottom of our page down here. And then on the last page, we're going to have to put the CSS in and then run it to see exactly what it looks like. Boy, he did a nice job on this. Thank you so much, Mr. Lutes. All right, but before we do that, because we're coming up close again, all right, I think I will add a part 4 to this. So I'll be back with that very shortly.